Welcome everyone. My name is Garland Colson. I'm known as Captain Time. And I want to talk about today how I use mind mapping to save myself time, how I use it in my business, how I use it with my training, how I use it to help nonprofits, the different ways that I use it. So what are we going to cover today? Today we're going to cover what is mind mapping, give you an overview of what it is, what's it good for, how can you use it. We're going to talk about working with mind maps. We'll talk about some of the mechanics, how you use them. I'll give you a live demonstration while we're doing it here. And I'm going to talk a bit about one of the mind map programs I use, Xmind, which is this program. It's not the only one I use, but we'll talk a bit about that. So let's start off. What is mind mapping? Well, mind mapping is basically what you see in front of you. You start off with a central topic, maybe a project you want to plan or brainstorm, or maybe your new business idea, whatever it is you're going to do, planning an event, and then you come up with these other subtopics around it. Now, in addition to those subtopics, you can also have more topics even under them. So you see over here under mind mapping, I've got, some other subtopics. So mind mapping is a visual way to gather ideas. It gives you the central idea, the top level branches, and then some sub branches with specific topics. And there can be even more sub branches under that as well. Idea 1, 2, 3. And each of those can have more. So there's as many sub levels as you want. So you can see that it's really quite powerful to be able to do this. But the other neat thing is you can open and close any of these to gain focus. So if I don't want all these open and confusing me when I'm in another area, I can just close them. So in a nutshell, that's what mind mapping is. So what are mind maps good for? How do I use them? How do other people use them? Let's talk about a few scenarios. First off, they are a superb brainstorming tool. The idea behind mind mapping is you can just quickly throw these ideas out in the screen, add more sub branches all the time, and just gather them. You can drag and drop them around. I'll show you how to do a bit of that in a moment. So fantastic for brainstorming. It's the best tool I've found for brainstorming. Also wonderful for planning. I find that with getting a group together, planning it really helps to pull it into a mind map. It makes it really simple to pull it all together. You can also, for taking notes, it works well. If you see how I've point to this and a little note shows up, I use mind mapping to take notes while I'm coaching my clients. So I do a lot of time management coaching, entrepreneurship coaching, internet marketing coaching. And in the past, and I do use Evernote for lots of things, and I'll probably do another video on Evernote, but and it's a fantastic tool, but I find that mind mapping is actually faster for me to take notes than any other tool I've used. And I'll show you why it's so fast when we get into the mechanics of how to use it. But it's incredibly fast to be able to take notes. And I love it that then I can share later on with the clients. I can share my mind maps. So if I want to jump from maybe talking about their possible income sources to jump over to marketing, I can just close the branch on the income sources and jump over and look at the marketing section, and we can talk further about that. Training. I also use it for training. You can see how well it works here. I'm using it right now for training. So for short training programs, I use this. I still use PowerPoint when I do my keynote speeches to larger groups, but for small groups and doing training for webinars, I find mind maps work phenomenally well. Okay, let's talk about working with mind maps a bit. So I want to talk first off about understanding topics and how they work. So each of these items is a topic, and then underneath that we end up with subtopics. Now the cool thing is, if I want a new topic, I really just click on whatever level I want, and I just hit the enter button, and that automatically creates a new topic for me at the same level I'm at. If I click out here and hit enter, you'll see it gave me a new main topic over here. So it automatically creates a new topic. And of course you can undo any time by using the usual Control-Z, or you can just click on a topic or subtopic and you can delete it. If you want to create a topic under another topic, just hit the tab button. So by hitting enter and tab when I'm taking notes with my coaching clients, you can see how fast that works out to be able to do that. So it's creating the subtopic, and let's say I want, oh, it shouldn't be at that level, it should be at another level. So I can just grab it, grab that subtopic, and then I can drag it, and then it will automatically go there. So I can drag it wherever I want, just by clicking on it and dragging, and I can move it up levels. You see how easy that is to be able to move that. So it's really simple to just capture everything, throw it all out, don't even worry necessarily about where it is, and then say, well, that should go under the marketing section. Let's drag it there. Let's pull it over there. Deleting a branch is really easy. You just simply click on it and then hit the delete button on your keyboard. You can also right click and it calls up, so you can also right click to be able to delete there as well, in your usual cut, copy, paste. It's all there. But I find that just using the keyboard shortcut of delete works really well. So that's how you add topics. It's really fast, really simple. Enter and tab, just got to remember those two, and being able to drag them around, drag and drop. So let's talk about adding some deeper information to topics. So there's a number of ways you can do this. So one of the ways you can do is to add notes, and I showed you a note before. So basically, to add a note, you add a note by clicking on the notes icon up here from the top menu, or another way of doing it is by just hitting F4. You can tell the topic has a note because it's got these little icons next to it. So you see that whenever there's going to be a note. And you can close the note box. So if I click on that, it will open the notes box, but I can just close that by clicking here, and then it will disappear. So if I want to open the note and edit it, I can just go here. And you see it's a WYSIWYG editor, the usual stuff, bold, italics, underlines. You can change the indenting. You can change the foreground and background colors. So, there's a fair bit of work that can be done here to make these changes. So you can highlight text and do different things here. So that's how you add a note. So really simple. So you can add deeper sections as well. So it's not just outlining just all the branches. You can certainly add deeper notes, full text notes. So you can view the note by just pointing to it, or you can viewing the note, you can just double click on the notes icon. And to close it, you can just click on the notes icon within the editing window or hit F4. The notes can also have hyperlinks in them, so there's lots of great ways to be able to add lots of content this way. There's also a notes view. If you want to edit a notes view, you can just hit F4. And F4 creates a notes view in the bottom. So this gives you a bigger pane in the bottom that you can use to be editing. And so that just gives you a little bit wider way to do that. So to close it, you can either hit the, close it over here. At the X tab here, or once again, you can hit F4. So that's how notes work. Really simple, simple to add. Gives you a deeper way to look at them. You can point to any note to be able to see what's there in a fast form. Now, links are another cool thing. You can tell if there's a link because you'll see a little picture of a globe here. So to add a hyperlink to the topic, you just click on the topic and then click on the hyperlink icon up at the top. That's this icon up here. So if you want to add a link here, you can just click on there to add a, if I want to add a hyperlink here, go there, click, and you see it gives you a spot where you can put in your hyperlink right there. So it allows you to link there. You can also link to other topic areas as well if you want to jump over to other topic areas. The website opens in a new tab on Xmind. So when I actually click on this link, it actually opens in a little browser tab right here. So this opened up my website that I'd linked to, and you can see that the tab is there, but I can just easily flip back to the other one. So it works very well that way. You can also label topics. I don't do this too much, but this is a label below another topic. It hasn't been something I've found particularly useful, but I want to make sure you're aware of it just in case. And once again, you can click on the label icon, up top, which is right here. To add a label, click here, then click on label, or you can hit F3 to do that. Attachments, you can actually attach files to any topic by hitting the attachment icon, then choosing the file right in your computer hard drive. So right here, I've added a PDF right here, and if I if I click on it, it will actually open up one of my PDFs that I have. So you can attach audio files, you can attach Microsoft Word files, Excel documents, PDFs, images. You can attach all of those things. You could also create audio notes right in it, using the Pro version of Xmind. But remember, you can still attach audio notes for free using the attachment section up here. So it's not like you would have to, that you're stuck doing it that way. So that's how you add some deeper info to the topics. Now I want to talk about the interface for a bit. And so the interface, you've seen the mind map tabs already, so you can have multiple tabs open up top. You can so you could have 4 or 5 different mind maps and flip between them for different topics. The screen is also a scrolling screen. So as you open really wide range of topics, you've probably already seen me do some scrolling, so you can scroll around. There's also a view menu up top. You can click on view and you can choose a bunch of different things. So one option is you can view this as an outline, and that will then give you a text outline of all the topics you've created. So if we go view and then outline, you'll see over here it creates text topics under each part. So you can see all these outlines are over here. Another really useful tool is to drill down or up. So if you use view and then drill down or up, or Shift F6, it will actually allow you to make that certain area as the centerpiece. So if I go like this, you see it only brings up view menu, the one I'm talking about right now, and all the subsections there, so that I don't have to show the entire mind map. So it's a great way to do it. And I can click here to go back up, to go back up a level, or of course I can hit F6. And there's also zoom. Control plus or control minus lets you zoom in or out. And I'm already zoomed in a bit, but let's show you how you can zoom in and out. And that works great if you're going to be presenting to a group, that you can make it larger, you can make it more visible for them. You can also change the entire look of your mind map using themes. So we just click on view and then themes up here. You'll see that it gives you some sample ones here. I'm in classic right now. We can switch to default, simple, and you see it, the look of it changes each time. Business, academic, which doesn't work right now because of the background colors I've got, and comic. You see the comic is quite different. So this gives you some option to change the overall how it looks for you. So you can do that at any time or set that. So okay, let's talk about enhancing the topics even further. We've talked about adding deeper info, notes, links, files and stuff. Let's talk about how we enhance these topics even further. Now, incidentally, some of these things I'm showing you will be done differently in other mind mapping programs, but most mind mapping programs do have similar ways that they work. So enhancing topics, let's start off with markers. And you see markers are some of these things that I have here. So with markers, you can click on insert markers to add a wide range of indicators like priority, faces, flags, stars. You see there's a star here. You see there's a priority level here. So if I click on here and go insert markers, you'll see all the choices it gives you here. Task priority, 1 through 5. I can put a 5 there. If I want to get rid of it, I can just delete it, click on it and right click and then delete it, or I can just, undo. I can also add markers of faces, so smiley face, laugh, angry. So if you want to indicate how you feel about that topic or that obstacle in your way, you can use track progress, so what progress is being done, and they do it by 8s. You can flag things, different colors. You can flag them different, put different stars on them. You can put different colored people on them. You can insert arrows as well. Symbols, plus, minus, question, exclamation mark. And you can also put months and day of week. So it gives you a lot of ways to add some different information to each of the topic areas. You can also add images right to your topic. You can insert from your hard drive, or you can insert from clip art, which is a pro, or of course you can use any clip art you've gotten off the web or any stock photos. You can put it there. So that's a picture of our poor little car in the snow. We don't get much snow here in the island, so I whine about it when we get it. And my family who live in snowbound Alberta don't really don't really have much sympathy for me, since we don't get a lot of snow here in Vancouver Island. But I took a picture when we did get it. So you can add images to any of these, which is really works well. And you can also use them almost like markers. You could change the size down if you wanted to use them almost as metaphors. If you want to use a light bulb or a brain for a new idea. Okay, you can also insert boundaries as well. And so let's create a couple here. So if I click on a couple and then I right click, I can choose boundary or put Control B in. And so I can put a boundary around these two. You could also create a summary, same way, insert summary. And that will put like a little summary, and you can expand that if I wanted to do that amongst an entire group. I could highlight some of these. Go summary, and then I can summarize all of them. Now, there's also some things I can do with topic structure. So you can right-click on any topic to change its structure. And it gives you some choices. You can turn something into an organizational chart, a tree, logic, fishbone, matrix. So let's start off with changing this into structure of an organizational chart. And you'll see it turns it right into that for you. Let's try a tree. Structure, tree left. You see it does a tree down to the left. Logic chart. Fishbone. And matrix is really cool, because what matrix is my Xmind right now is the only program I know, free or paid, that lets you add a table to it. So a matrix is a table. So if we go to let's turn this into a matrix. Structure, matrix. It gives you a little table here. You click on it, and then you can start adding columns. So very cool tool. I find it works really well. You hit enter or tab, and it creates, you see, subtopics and etc. So it's a really cool feature, one I really like. So. And when you go File, New Map is almost a better spot to get a theme. We talked about themes before. But if we go here, File, then New, you see it gives you a little more choice in the themes. It gives you some ones to work with here. So down below it gives you the themes. So if I'm just going to choose an example here of a Make Decision theme. And you'll see it gives you this nice box, solution 1, solution 2, solution 3, and you put the pros and cons of each, and then you can highlight ones that are important. So really a nice tool to be able to create some new ones, and it's giving you some really good examples here, for managing project plan, personal management, organizational charts. They're giving you lots of different options here. Six thinking hats. You see they've just added images here for the hats. So you can see it's really quite a great tool to be able to create some of these themes and play around with those. Okay, another thing you can do is styles. Lets you control some of the look and feel of the boundaries, relationships, and etc. And that is done under view. View styles. Sorry, my mistake. So you go view styles, and then you can change a topic. So you can go, change the colors on it, how it's going to look. You see there, I can, change that at a glance. You can also change properties, which again lets you go into changing the structure, logic chart, lets you change the text for certain ones, and also lets you change the lines around it, how they're going to look, and colors, and etc. So you can see it gives you a lot of control, this program, over these. You can also build relationships between topics, and you can go by insert a relationship is one way to do it. So we can actually say, oh, we want to connect this one to that one. So and you can do a floating topic as well. So it just gives you dotted lines that you can do. And once you're there, you can also control. You can put in the type of relationship, and you can also you can edit that. You can choose properties if you want to change the dotted line and how it looks and things like that. So in essence, that's how I work primarily with mind maps. I'll talk briefly about a few things relating to Xmind itself. So why I use Xmind quite often. And I said it's not the only one I use. Xmind has different versions for different operating systems, which I love. So I can use it on Windows, Mac OS, Linux. They've got a portable version, and they've got both free and pro versions. And I find the free version is very powerful. The pro version has some great tools as well, but even the free version is incredibly powerful. So I like that it's very cross-platform. One of the drawbacks, though, here is they actually don't have an Android or iOS version. So if you can't really use it specifically on Android and iPad and iPhones and things like that. It will export in a format that will work for where you can open in other mind map programs, but that is one of its drawbacks, is it doesn't actually have an Android version, for me as yet, or an iPhone version. Xmind also makes it really easy to share. You can share it in the cloud. They've got a cloud system set up for you. Makes it really easy so other people can share and download it, but they can't collaborate in real time. So another drawback. There's other ones out there like MindMeister and Wise Mapping that let you collaborate in real time you might want to look at. You can embed your mind map in your website, which is really cool. I've done that a couple times. And you can export in a wide range of formats. You can export in Word, PowerPoint, or Excel. You can export as plain text, rich text format. You can export it in some graphic formats such as PDF, SVG, and a bitmap. And you can also export to some common other mind map programs, such as FreeMind, which is another free one out there, and MindJet, which is a paid one that's quite popular. So very good export options on Xmind. I love the templates in Xmind. It's one of the better ones for templates I've seen. And Xmind does have a lot of plugins. It's got plugins for Outlook, that will let you sync tasks and topics between Xmind and Outlook. Summarizer lets you create a mind map from any web page or Wikipedia article. There's a way to synchronize with some online task applications, and also integrates with a task manager with mind maps. And with a popular task manager called Nosby as well. So that's Xmind specific. As I said, not perfect. It has that drawback of the mobile. So if you're looking for a solution that's got to work also mobile, you might want to do some other ones. But this is it's probably the most powerful free program that I found. I like it better than FreeMind, which is also good, but I like it great. So that's how I use it. That's how in my introduction to mind mapping. I really hope you've enjoyed this. For more like this, watch my YouTube channel or visit CaptainTime.com. I'd be happy to help you with any time management problems or concerns you might have. If you'd like a one-on-one training for mind mapping, I'm happy to provide it. If you want to brainstorm ways you can use mind mapping in your particular business or organization, we can get together and brainstorm a sample one. So visit CaptainTime.com and contact me. Thank you so much for listening.